out of my head. Try to stray, try to forget, but the thoughts, they seem to drown me instead. I've always wondered what it takes to fill.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please grab something cozy to drink and you can have this video in the background, or you can use it to inspire you as you are resetting your space as well. As the fall season comes to a close, it's time to start thinking about taking down all of those festive decorations. But where do you even start? It can get pretty overwhelming, so here are tips to make that task a little easier. Tip number 1 is to take it one room at a time. Instead of focusing on trying to tackle the entire house or apartment at once, focus on one room at a time. This will help you to stay organized and prevent you from feeling overwhelmed. Right now, I am tackling my entryway, which is one of the main areas that I decorate for every single season.
Try to forget, but the thoughts, they seem to drown me instead. I've always wondered what it takes to fill this empty void inside. But now I've realized you were what I needed this whole time.
Before packing away everything, decide what items you want to keep and which ones you want to donate or throw away. That way, when you open your storage boxes the next year, it will only have things that you truly want. This is a great practice to prevent hoarding of items that you might not necessarily love, or things that may be falling apart or just old and may be losing its function.
I've been around, no one else has got me feeling this way. Every minute, every hour I spend is on you every single day. I've always wondered what it takes to fill.
Oh my gosh, you guys, do not forget the batteries. I'm so guilty of this. There are many times that I left my batteries in fairy lights or candles, or even my light up Christmas tree, and it stopped working the next year. So don't ever forget to remove the batteries from those things like the fairy lights, flameless candles, and any other fixtures and seasonal decor. Removing batteries from items that will be stored for a long time is an important step to take in order to avoid any potential damage or hazards, because batteries can leak or corrode over time, which can cause damage to the item they're powering. Here is another little tip. If you have a stubborn, sticky or tacky tape to your walls, don't spend time to try to actually dig it out yourself. A hot hair dryer, literally on the highest heat setting, helps so much to get the tackiness away from your wall. It might still have parts on it, and this is what happened to me. I really learned this technique because last year I messed up so bad and damaged my walls. Some paint might definitely come off your walls, but that's why I always keep a little bucket of the paint so that I could touch up my walls whenever I need to.
This empty void inside, something about ya makes me wanna be with you for a long time. Do ba do be do ba do be do day. Do ba do be do ba do be do day. Do ba do be do ba do be do day. Do ba do be do da 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 da.
Okay, so this is a really lazy tip, but I love it so much because it works perfectly and you can never tell. I leave in the artwork and I just flip it around. So for instance, I have my regular artwork inside of this frame and I'm just going to swap out the boo, like the fall themed one. I'm going to put it behind it just like this. And you can't even tell, and that's how I store all of my art, basically in the same exact like frame. So I don't need to keep buying tons of frames, and I don't have to worry about storing the old artwork because it's right there and I can just swap it out every time I need to change it for whatever season is coming up.
Found myself smiling more The moment you leave, I feel down again. I talk to myself on the floor just to feel less alone. I swear that I'm trying my best. You tell me the stress shouldn't be a friend. I wonder where I'll end up next on the corner of hope. So hold my hand tight for a minute. I'll let you know when to let go. You give a little love with a little sun. Everywhere you go, everywhere you're running. You never say a word, even when it hurts. Everywhere you go, everywhere you're smiling.
Something that is often overlooked is the kitchen area, and I'm especially talking about those seasonal mugs, which I know you're probably guilty of. These definitely tend to accumulate, and while it might be tempting to leave them out on display, it is important to remember to put them away once the season has passed. This not only frees up valuable counter space, but it also helps to keep your kitchen looking neat and tidy. I like to wrap mine up in bubble wrap to keep them safe and then add it to my storage bins. The same goes for any themed kitchen items like towels, or in my case, this pumpkin waffle maker, which I won't be using until next year. When it's time to put away your decorations, be sure to use proper storage containers to protect them from damage. Sturdy plastic bins with lids are a great choice, but for me, I did not want clear bins that would display everything inside. I just think it looks really untidy, especially since I have a small space and I don't want things looking cluttered. So I love these ribbed plastic containers. They're white so you can't see through them, and it has bamboo lids, and I love these because they're just aesthetically pleasing and hides everything inside of it. I think these types of bins are perfect if you don't have much storage space because it's not creating an eyesore if you're seeing it all the time and it's clear and you're just seeing all of that clutter inside. That is just my personal preference, but of course you can go ahead and use whatever bins that you have. Of course, you can always use a label machine to label your bin so you'll know exactly what's in it. I also like to add all of my seasonal candles, like I'm putting away all of my fall candles as well, because it does take up a lot of shelf space in my apartments and it's really not going anywhere, so it's better I just put it into storage so I have everything for the next year when I unbox it.
You never say a word.
I hope you enjoyed this video and found that the tips were helpful when it comes to taking down your decor, because I know it can be quite a task. Now that my space is all reset, I can get really excited about starting to decorate for the holiday season. Thumbs this video up if you enjoyed it and if you want to see more like these, and don't forget to subscribe because I have so much things coming your way I don't want you to miss out on. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.